Hello everybody and welcome back to Comic Studio once again. That the last time we just totally forgot that we already did this thing for today as well, that we forgot it, that turning of those characters into twisted monsters as well. Let's get back into some sort of rooms as well. That for today's video, we're gonna be jumping in and looking into Ruthergate Comic Studio. Now, it's actually for some sort of a roguelike horror game for this thing that is absolutely stands for. Even for some sort of like those things is we're gonna be going to Ruthergate Comic Studio just like rooms. But you're never gonna be able to said you're gonna be at the age of 18 and this contains so disturbing as well. Oh, you gotta be kidding me as well. So, since that already reviewed for some of the rooms and for the last October, and now that we're looking at all of those things, is there was a lot of faces as well. Even for some monsters like these, and which featured with some Cookie Run faces like them as well. No Happy Mans like this as well, and that includes like this thing as well, and yes it is. Includes like some other kinds of Cookie Run of those faces as well. Even it's absolutely pretty happy to like those things as well, even ridiculously as they look like. Even for this thing as well, oh my gosh, that must be some sort of ridiculously some sort of faces as well. Happy Man faces is gonna be that we pretty just tried it. What? That must be some sort of a disturbing monsters. Like therefore. Including all the way down here. And which is absolutely many more of those faces. So oh my gosh. That was pretty even intense. Like those things. Cream puff or I mean some sort of like these. I mean there must be some sort of strawberry crepe cookies faces like anything as well. So next one is the OCs. And it's not gonna be pretty a lot to do this. Or anytime it's going to be some sort of a lot as well. So we might gonna be absolutely for still going to be getting all the way from as well. And these are for the title names or the title names as well. The jokes looks pretty in weird hands as well. The hands was actually still even exist. It's absolutely some sort of a stain or some sort of same things. The banners it is. It's absolutely going to be for not anything as well. From some sort of the evolution of Ruthergate Comic Studio. That since that we're starting in the first one as well. Non-rooms was even possible as well. And it's actually isn't going to be for really like this as well. There is nothing like anything as well. So, especially not all of the characters, nothing you should be added on into the future as well. So even for the epic rooms, that was absolutely going to be using for the submitted sprites. And that must be for logos, like pretty a lot of the do this as well, since that we just actually discovered this thing as well, that we forgot to say. So I'm going to be scrolled down a little bit. Roblox characters be like, even for some sort of faces, this is actually so deadly and disturbing. And even though that was absolutely all it as well. So let's go in for finding some items as well. And I'm not very sure what the country it is. So it's another one for the next stop as well. So even there's more trees, stands, there must be OCs as well. Jokes or some sort of memes, there is absolutely nothing as well. The effects like those things are just absolutely only arrows for thinking bubbles and fire flames. The unavailable features is actually even all of them as well for the rest of this as well. Except the backgrounds that we just eventually got. So we're starting all over here as well, as we're gonna be getting into for some sort of woods. I mean the city as well. So we're gonna be going to around for this thing as well for the countryside, the city office, and the school. Now let's get around for many of those things that I just absolutely try to edit for so much. The city motel as well, or some sort of like those things as well. The roads, or even for some kind of those things as well, or some kind of the barn as well. So these are the roads, and there goes the last page. And what about the barn? The OCs have just completely exist, but it's absolutely always back rooms as well. So even that I don't want to live here as well. Even that I know it is, it won't able to be loaded for so much, including for around of those rooms. There aren't existing any of those of the background images, except for the reason like those things as well. Not maybe in Gary's mod as well anytime soon. And we're gonna be added for some characters and other kinds of stuff. Now we might pretty add it for some sort of this as well, so it's not gonna be pretty easy that I'm just going to be doing it like anyways. So I'll be right back until that we're gonna be finishing for the total results for something like, even this is not gonna be pretty much as well. So we might gonna be added for some sort of a truck as well. I'm not pretty sure that we're putting around itself like Applejack. The first off, we just eventually added carrot cookie and many other kinds of light cookies as well, including for some sort of traffic as well, as we've seen the results that we just finally added South Park people beyond of those characters at the school as well. So we're gonna be bringing out for just the very first time as well. So we got a bunch of cars and out of the school as well. And because of the outside of the school, there must be car parkings like the vans, and there must be a taxi, there's a coach teacher, and we got for some sort of South Park characters as the people like those, as for adults, including Chef Hatchet. Nothing especially isn't gonna be alright for them as well, so I might going to be regretting this as well, so I'm not very sure that wasn't going to be pretty for around here. And the next one at the outside of the city park as well, or the city park as well, like the inside as well, grapefruit cookie was being chased by chili pepper cookie. At the top of the office building as well, there must be a plane, nothing attempting for a 9/11 attacks. And on top of the roof then, there must be dark choco cookie with Roquefort cookie as well. Outside the barn, she was walking all the way into out of town as well. She's walking for her start of this some sort of for the unexistent journey. She's out of the barn now, and she might going to be finding ways to find a farm as well and bring some sort of crops back into the barn as well, or something she might going to get home as well as possible as well. In the city, like those things, we got 2 motorcycles, 1 van over here, or some sort of minivan as well. Coffee Cookie was absolutely heading for work or something, and Sandwich Cookie was probably doing just for her business as well. At the traffic, we got for 2 sedans, 2 vans as well. The one of those things that we got a big rig truck with a trailer over here with some sort of wasabi cookies for like those vandalized, like with some sort of this thing as well at the trailer for some, not the container as well. And inside of this van for some sort of Spanish van was Cappuccino Cookie that who's driving, and there is the immigrant of the road was Lilac Cookie. Even that is all for it as well. even that is actually all for some sort of like those things, instead of those monstrous characters as scary faces as hell. So make sure that the link is in the description below, and you gotta be at the age of 18 to view this comic studio, and which contains with some sort of monstrous faces like for heavy and sad, or some sort of jump scares as hell, even to even jump scare like even to do this as well. So it's nothing basically in the loud noises at the games of rooms for especially like those things as well. So the Ruthergate is gonna be linked in the description below, and the most recommendation could be the main website of Comic Studio. So thanks again for watching, and I'll be see you in another 2 days, I guess. So, and I'll be signing off, and I'll talk to you mini lads and Comic Studio users all later. So thank you for watching.